Hey, how's it going? It's Sophia here from Zen Guidance. I hope all is well with you today, and thank you for clicking on this pick a card reading. So, in this video, we're going to be looking at what they were thinking the last time they saw you. Okay, so all you need to do to find out is choose one of the three. All you need to do to find out is choose one of the three images on your screen. Feel free to pause the video here if you need some time, and once you've made your choice, you can go to the description box below where you'll find the corresponding timestamps to your chosen pile. Okay, so let's get into your reading now. Click the timestamp and I'll see you there. Hi, Group 1. So let's take a look at their thoughts the last time they saw you. Okay, so your person, the person on your mind, think about them, get them nice and clear in your mind's eye. Okay, so what were their thoughts about the last time they saw you? Okay, so we have a rebuild, darkest fears. Ooh, change your focus. Okay. I feel like they had a lot of anxiety the last time they saw you. They definitely were up in their head. And I also feel like they were quite sad. Okay, it's like emotionally sad energy coming through here. Now, this may be because they felt like they wanted to rebuild things, but for some reason that didn't happen. Okay, whether that was a choice of yours or whether it was even their own choice. Okay, but something about that, about rebuilding something, they feel like it didn't happen and they were quite frustrated. But I feel like this was that they wanted to rebuild things, but they were just overcome with anxiety. They didn't know what to say. They didn't know what to do. I feel like they were struggling to express themselves. And I also get the sense that you were the same way. Okay, you both may have been quite quiet with one another or not emotionally expressive. Okay, you could have been talking about other subjects. Okay, nothing connected to your relationship, or maybe you just saw each other in passing. You didn't actually get to have a conversation, because I'm seeing like partly backs, like your back being turned and them looking forward. So yeah, you may not have even seen them. For some of you that may resonate, but again, how would you know that, I suppose? So I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like regardless whether you actually saw each other in person, you met up and connected, or you just saw each other from afar, I just feel like your person was lacking confidence within themselves to be open in some way. They were definitely very stoic, very stone-faced. Okay, so let's get some more information. What were their thoughts the last time they saw you, Group 1? What were their thoughts? To the sea. Yeah, clean it up. They really wanted to make something better. So yeah, if you'd had an argument or something hadn't been going well between the two of you, they wanted to rectify the situation. Now, they may have had a funny way of showing it, because you may be like, what? They didn't seem like that way. They weren't appearing that they wanted to fix anything with me. But I do feel like that was what was in their mind. Okay, because this is what this reading is all about. It's, what were they thinking the last time they saw you? So these aren't necessarily things that they would have said out loud. So yeah, I do feel like they were wanting something more from this meeting, or from, like, again, even if you were at a distance, they feel frustrated that they didn't come up to you, that they didn't apologize to you. Maybe that's something that they knew they needed to do, was to apologize, but they didn't do it. It's like they bottled it. So they may have been actually, planning to apologize to you or to make amends, maybe even to give you a gift or something that would just reignite things. But they chickened out, okay? They were too afraid. So they may have been afraid of what you would say, how you would react to them. And so they just remain quiet on that matter. I feel like this is you again here. This is giving me you vibes, group one. So I feel like they were seeing you again as being detached yourself. So yeah, it depends how open you were with them. You may have felt like you were really open, but your person didn't feel like that. They felt like you seemed detached, like you were focused on other things, that maybe you were quite self-involved in some way, and not in a bad way, but just in the sense of, you doing what you wanted to do, or saying what you wanted to say, or sort of going about your life without really considering what they're thinking. I might just ask quickly, how do they think you feel before I go any further? Because I just feel like we need to look at that, get some clarity. How do they think you feel about them, group one? How do they think you feel about them? Or on that meeting at the very least. Justice, Five of Swords, Page of Voices, Seven of Wands. Okay. I mean, we've got a lot of balance and fairness here, so they may feel like things are, that you think, or that you feel things are quite balanced, but that maybe you would want a relationship. It's also a strong relationship card. So they may be assuming that, doesn't mean that it's true. But I feel like they do see that you are holding back, that you are not being open with them, that you may have also given up, like you may have lost hope, you may have lost attraction for them. And they feel like, for some of you, they may feel like you're playing games with them, okay? Or that you're being deceptive. You're not being open. You're not letting them know how you feel. But they feel like you are interested still, like you're keeping an eye on them, or that you're still wanting to communicate with them. But at the same time, they are concerned that you may have lost a level of attraction, okay? Or that you're not willing to put in any action. You're not wanting to fight for this right now. Okay. So let's just get some Moonology for what their thoughts were about you the last time they saw you. Okay, so your person, what were their thoughts the last time they saw you? Your hard work is paying off, Capricorn. Hold your vision. Take time to breathe out. Yeah. So they were intensely focused on you. I can see their gaze like penetrating you, like really, really intensely, like they were staring at you. And I feel like it was when you weren't looking at them. So it may have even been like if you were sat together, like you would be looking away in the other direction or something. And then they're staring at you, like they are assessing you, if you like. But it feels like they, again, didn't feel like they could be upfront, because even Capricorn here would be the most stoic of all of the signs, okay? It's restrictive and it's poised energy. So yeah, I feel like they definitely kept their cards close to their chest. They didn't, as I've said, feel that they could be open with you at this time. Now, they may have spoken about work, okay, or maybe you saw each other at work, or there could be some kind of work connection, a connection with career potentially, or money with Capricorn. So maybe this is just how the conversation went. It was kept quite light, or it was kept, again, non-emotional or non-committed towards talking about your connection with each other. Definitely felt like there was an avoidance here of that. Even though there was that part of them that knew they needed to do something, they did want to fix things, but again, they chickened out. They felt like they needed to take a deep breath. It wasn't the right time. Okay. What were their thoughts about you the last time they saw you? Appreciation. The Temple Path. Yeah, I feel like they had this vision of what they expected it to be. Like they were thinking in their mind, okay, the next time I see group one, this is how it's going to go. So I'm just checking. I can see everything's a little bit askew. I'm always trying to keep everything straight. Let me just check this a sec. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so yeah, they had this vision, this idea of what they thought things would, how they thought things would go, or how they hoped things would go, but it was this difference between their expectations versus the reality of it, okay? This person may be a bit of a fantasist at times, a dreamer. They imagine things to go certain ways, and that can be very helpful for them at times, especially when it manifests. But when it doesn't, I feel like it throws a spanner in their works and they don't know how to broach this. So again, it's like if they've planned it out in their mind, they're like, okay, I'll wait till group one says XYZ and then I will apologize. But then if you don't comply with what the idea they had in their mind, then they bottle it and they go, oh, okay, so they didn't say it, so I'm not gonna say it. I'm not going to apologize because they didn't give me the green light, okay? Something along those lines, like they were waiting. I feel like they were waiting for something from you. They were waiting for either you to see them, to initiate something, to say something that could trigger them to try and fix this. But again, it's not down to you to like fix this for them. Like they have to fix this themselves, and they have to realize that the timing is never going to be perfect. And it's like they keep waiting for the perfect timing. But the longer they wait, I do feel the less interested you become, because I feel like you're getting to this point where you're like, if I don't feel valued or appreciated here, I'm going to move on. Like you are not worth me suffering over continuously. And I feel like they do sense that on a deeper level, okay? They do have a lot of love for you, a lot of appreciation. I feel like they do see you as somebody very beautiful or very handsome. Like, I feel like you're their type on paper, okay? Like, physically, the way that you look, but then also energetically. Even though they want you to be more open, at the same time, I feel like they are attracted to that closed side of you, okay? Because they may be able to identify with that themselves. You may mirror each other in that way and both find each other to be a bit of a puzzle piece that you need to work out. Okay, so let's get some tarot now. What were their thoughts the last time they saw you? Queen of Emotions. Yeah, so again, they felt like you were both very closed off. Temperance. They did feel, even though there was a level of stress and worry, I feel like they were able to calm themselves down. I feel like they were more worried and up in their head either just before they met you or just in those like first 5 to 10 minutes of being with you. But then they did settle, and they just felt this feeling of peace wash over them. And I feel like they really appreciated that. Like they can see they can see your value, even though they may not be showing that. They do see it, and they were thinking that. Like, I don't usually feel this at peace with other people. So what is it about group one that makes me feel so at peace, but also makes me feel alive at the same time? Okay, because again here, this is them wanting to progress something. They wanted to move something quickly here. They may have also, either you exited the connection quickly, or like, again, it was a very quick meeting. It could have been just like 5 minutes. It could have been an hour, something that was very quick. So they were thinking about the fact that it was quick and that they wished that there had been more. Even if it was them, they may have had, a busy schedule that day that they needed to keep. I'm just going to ask as well, like, what were they thinking about you directly after they saw you? What were they thinking directly after they last saw you? And then I'll get some fishbowl messages. 8 of Voices. What were they thinking straight after they last saw you? Page of Materials. Muse of Emotions. Okay. So they did feel less anxious as well, because it was a bit like a sigh of relief, a close shave, where they go, okay, I didn't have to deal with that. I didn't have to apologize, or I didn't have to bite the bullet in some way. So again, it's like definitely they have a bit of a cowardly streak. I don't feel like they're a coward, but just they have a few can't even say it, cowardly moments. Okay, where they let fear take over. Okay, but I feel like this is them thinking they wanted to message you straight away. So for some of you, maybe they did. They may have reached out very quickly. But if they didn't, they were definitely thinking about it, okay? Like they didn't want the meeting to be over. So it's like they wanted to just check in with you, maybe even arrange something else. So like I said, for some of you, they will have done that. For others of you, again, this is just what they were thinking they were going to do, but they didn't, okay? There's so much emotional energy coming through. So I feel like your person must have a lot of Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio in their chart. Okay, because I do feel like they can get quite moody and temperamental. Okay, so a lot of how they act is based upon their mood. Like their moods can kind of rule them at times. They're not always in control of their emotions. That's the thing that they have to learn in this life, is emotional and mental control, which you may have noticed about them. Okay, but maybe the way that they deal with their emotions is just to distance, okay, to avoid. And still, that's not a healthy way to go about it either. And again, I feel like they know this. They do know this. But they do find it a struggle. This person is definitely slowly does it. Like they want to ease into this. They don't want to rush this. Even though they would like to progress this, they feel like they have to go at a bit of a slower pace. So they may, even if, like I said, they're the ones that cool things off, they feel like they have to do that to preserve themselves so they don't get too invested on an emotional level. Okay, so let's get some fishbowl messages. What were their thoughts about you the last time they saw you? Oh, that was a lot. So let's see. Must have had a lot of thoughts about you. Almost there. See, yeah, there it is. Almost there. They were thinking they were so close to achieving something with you at that point. So close to having an open conversation or to apologizing or to fixing things, but it just didn't quite make it. Okay, so we've got shadow. I'll just pull them all out and then we'll go through them. Okay. So we've got no. I mean, they could have said no to you. You could have said no to them specifically. They could have been telling themselves no about something in their mind. Okay, of course. So, we've got travel. So it could have been a discussion you had with one another, or this could have been a meeting that was, you were on the move. You could have been like driving in separate cars and seeing each other, or one of you could have been in a car, one of you could have been walking. Or again, like I said, it could be that you spoke about traveling in some way the last time you saw each other. 11th house. So this is connected to Aquarian energy, friendships, large groups of people, humanitarian rights, animal welfare. So again, these could have been topics you discussed, things they were thinking about. Or again, something connected to friends. Maybe you're talking about friends, especially if you have mutuals. We've got ghosting there. So their thoughts may be that maybe this is what they need to apologize for. They need to apologize for ghosting you. Or they wanted to ask why you ghosted them. For some of you, they may have been thinking, should I ghost them after? They were having that thought. There's a little bit of manipulation that does come through here with your person. So again, that's not for everybody. For some of you, I do feel that there's calculation when it comes to ghosting. I watched Pot Never Boils. So again, they were watching you very intently. But again, it was like they were watching you too much. Like when you watch a pot, it doesn't boil. You have to be distracted, look away, and then it does. And I feel like that was, very much in their minds. Like they were almost too focused on you. They didn't sort of give that breathing room that they needed in order for things to manifest in the way that they wanted to. Because, I mean, we've got 777 there as well, which is a spiritually divine number. So I do feel like they were thinking or feeling like, is this the right time? They kept saying that in their mind. Is this the right time? Yes, no, yes, no. Oh, that's probably where that no came from as well. They were debating it, going back and forth. But it was like they were feeling a spiritual pull to say something, to stare at you even if that's not something that they do, because we've got awkward here as well. So they may have felt awkward within that. Especially because if this isn't their usual behavior, but they felt like something else was kind of pushing them or pulling them towards you or to saying certain things. But yeah, they definitely did feel awkward. I mean, we've got stress here as well. So yeah, there were moments of stress, but moments of calm. So you may be able to know which of those times, again, especially if you spent a bit longer together, you may be able to have been able to see, oh yeah, they seemed stressed in that moment and they seem relaxed in that moment. Depends maybe on the topics that were up for debate, potentially. I mean, we've got delusion here. So they may have been having some delusional thoughts, not seeing things that clearly. I mean, your person's mind was incredibly busy. As I said, they're such an overthinker and this last meeting was no different for them. They were overthinking everything. I feel like they kept leaning in more towards the negative though. And I feel like this is why they bottled it. Because I feel like they kept leaning into their shadow side. They kept leaning into the negative. But what if they don't return it? What if they don't accept my apology? What if they say something mean? What if? Rather than just going for it, okay? And this may have actually created a sense of awkwardness. You may have picked up on them being a bit awkward. And I feel like it's because their mind was feeling awkward, because they kept getting negative. They kept overthinking it. They weren't seeing things that clearly. They may have seemed a little bit detached or off, like they were off in the distance a little bit, or away with the fairies. Like they just seemed like they weren't quite with it in some way. Maybe they were under the influence of something for some of you. And then we've got journalist. So again, maybe a topic up for discussion. This may be as well that they were trying to dig. They might have been trying to dig and get information out of you, but very subtly. And I feel like everything that you said to them in this meeting, if you did speak, everything that you said, they absorbed like a sponge. They have taken it all on board. It's like almost they've written it down in their notes, but like in their brain. Like they've noted everything about you and about everything that you were talking about, because they were so fixated on you and fixated on what you were saying. And it's like they then take that with them afterwards, and then they ruminate about all of the things you say, and then they start to overthink all of that, because that is their natural tendency at this time. But I mean, this person is clearly very, very into you, because there's no way they'd be acting this way if they weren't. Like, someone isn't going to act awkward around a crush, or just going to act awkward around a crush situation if they're not that interested. It's usually when you see someone being awkward that they're more interested than when they're overtly confident. And so, I mean, the fact that they've been so fixated on you as well, I mean, that's been such a strong message that comes through. And even the overthinking everything, because some people can get hyper vigilant when they have a crush or someone they're into, and they can be so focused on their appearance or what they're saying, like their environment, just really, really hyper fixated on everything. And becomes, so aware of everything going on and of themselves. And that can kind of cause them to, again, seem awkward. So I do feel, as I said, your person is incredibly into you. If that's something you were wondering, they definitely are. But I do feel like they wear a mask. They have up a facade. They struggle to let those walls down. But I do feel like they intend to bring the walls down moving forwards. They want to do what they can. So that's what I see for you, Group 1. I truly hope that it resonates. Please do comment below if it does. Comment a green emoji if you like. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, a remote Reiki session, or a natal chart reading, the link to my website is below. And you'll also find the link to my TikTok. So if you're over there, feel free to follow me there also. I do hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now. Hi, Group 2. So let's take a look at what your person was thinking the last time they saw you. Okay, what were your person's thoughts? What were they thinking the last time they saw you? Get them nice and clear in your mind's eye. What were they thinking the last time they saw you? Oh, okay. Sadness and isolation. Clarity of belief. Change your focus. Okay. So their thoughts about you the last time they saw you, I mean, pretty painful, I would say. I mean, with the Three of Swords, this can represent betrayal of some kind. Okay, so maybe you said something that really hurt their feelings. It may be that you talked about someone else, for example. Or maybe they saw you with someone else, another partner, or somebody they may have assumed was a partner. Because for some of you, this may be that you just saw each other in passing. Okay, for some of you, this will be obviously an actual meeting. But yes, something about the meeting did hurt them, and it feels like there's another person's interference potentially, or something else that came into it that made them feel sad. But they also felt like they received some sort of truth, clarity here, because there's an awakening, there's an understanding. And I feel like whatever this awakening was, it helped them to feel less sad. So maybe they started off feeling sad and upset. For example, like I said, if they may have saw you walking along with a friend and they may have initially thought that you were with them like friends when they came up and spoke to you, and then, you're like, oh, this is just my friend. And then so they feel better about it, realizing it's just a friend, for example. Okay. So yeah, something that they were feeling upset about seemed to dissipate when they spoke with you. Okay. Or when they, received some sort of information or saw something even that helps them go, oh, okay, this makes sense. I no longer feel sad anymore. Interesting. The color blue is really standing out here as well. So I don't know if you were wearing blue, whether they were wearing blue, or whether you were like in a blue environment of some kind near water, or maybe like blue furnishings or something. But blue is definitely very prominent here. Okay, so what was your person thinking the last time they saw you? We have chop wood, peace, and exchanging gifts. Okay. So it could be that you gave them a gift. Okay. It could be that you gave them a gift, or they gave you a gift. I definitely see some form of exchange here, but it could also be like, I don't know, if you borrowed something of theirs, like they gave it back to you, they returned it, or maybe this was like a vape or something as well, because I'm seeing smoke. So it could even be like you borrowed the other's vape, potentially. Yeah, because there's this back and forth, or this could be like one of you bought the other a drink or food, or there's some kind of physical exchange here that I'm seeing that they were thinking about. I do feel like they were admiring how you looked the last time they saw you. Like, almost, I see them as the cat here, like you being this like ballerina / fairy, and wow, not Jack in a Box, but you know what I mean. The jewelry box rather. And it's like they were admiring you, like they were looking at you. So maybe you, again, no matter what you were doing, it's like they were focused on you. Like, but you might have been stood up. You might have actually been higher up than them at some points. And they were looking up at you, could be. But I definitely feel like when they were looking at you, they were admiring how you looked in your appearance. I feel like something about you looking better than before, or better maybe even in person. Say this is somebody you met online and then this is the first meeting. Like they may have thought like, wow, you look so much better in person, and not as an insult to how you look online, but almost more of a compliment. Okay. And be like, wow, you're just, either just as good or even better than your pictures. Okay. And I just feel like they were enjoying looking at you. Like they almost see you as a bit of like, maybe even an entertainer, like something about you being quite funny, or like they just like to watch you. Like they like to observe you, the way that you move. Maybe if you're a dancer or you're very fit and active, they may like to watch you dance or to watch you work out. Okay, maybe even you danced for them or you sang for them. Okay, something about you being very talented, something about you having a lot of gifts going for you, and them really appreciating that. Maybe these are things they didn't know about you before, but after speaking with you on this occasion, they learned so much and they appreciated you even more than they did before. Okay, when they realized potentially like how many tricks you have up your sleeve. Now we also have peace. Okay, so I know we have the Three of Swords, which is quite hurtful and painful, but there's also this lovely peaceful energy that they felt when they were in your presence. Now the chop wood, they may have felt like they needed to do something. Their love language could be acts of service, your person. Okay, they may have felt like they wanted to help you with something, or maybe you were helping them with something, or like say they were even at your house and you cooked them dinner, like they were thinking about, oh, what can I do to help? Can I wash up? Can I dry? Can I do something? Can I help you clean? Yeah, or can I go to the shops? Can I get you something? These are all thoughts they were having. Now, whether they actually followed through on these thoughts is another matter, but they may have chickened out. Got a bit of that in Group 1's reading today, bit of a chicken out energy, but let's see. We've got a new start is coming. Step out of your comfort zone. Wow. So, yeah. They did feel when they saw you that they did need to step out of their comfort zone in some way. And also that you were out of your comfort zone. So, I don't know. It may be that Well, like you could have been at your house, for example, which is your comfort zone, and they could have been branching out to come to you, which is pushing themselves. But then you performing, something about you performing is really key now. For some of you, it could be performance in the bedroom, okay? I'm keeping it PG for YouTube, but for some of you, that could be the case, okay? Like you put on quite a show, performance for them, and they enjoy it. Like they feel like you've got famous energy, like star quality about you. Okay, and they may have said this to you, or again, this might just be what they were thinking when they saw you. But they do feel like in a way that you push them as well. Like you help them to see things differently. You help to push them out of their comfort zone, to be bold and to be brave and to make these courageous moves. So yeah, a lot about courage and fear coming through here. But yeah, they felt like it was a new beginning for the two of you. So even if this is somebody you've met before or a few times or even an ex, they felt like it was a renewed energy. It was brand new. It was fresh. For some of you, like I said, it may have been your first meeting or your first intimate meeting or something. But yeah, they did feel like this is like the cycle starting all over again. And I feel like that was something that definitely made them happy. Which deck was I going to go to? Oh, yes. Blue. And then I will get some tarot and fishbowl today. And if this is making any sense, by the way, please comment a yellow emoji or anything that you like, just to let me know that I'm on the right track, or just liking the video really helps show your support. So thank you in advance. Okay, so what were their thoughts the last time they saw you, group 2? What were their thoughts? Okay, so we've got the base chakra in reverse. Okay. Ooh, storm warning. Okay, so definitely a lot of thoughts your person was having at different points with you. Okay, because even though there was this sense of peace, at times they felt peaceful in your presence, and at other times they did not. They did not. They felt chaotic all over the place. Also insecure. So something about being with you, being next to you makes them feel insecure, or did on that day. I feel like they were maybe questioning themselves, questioning their appearance. I don't know. Even though I don't feel like this person is insecure, I feel like they come across as a very confident person. And I feel like they naturally are quite confident. But just something about you, group 1, and group 2 rather, really triggers them. This is triggering energy here. So yeah, something about it just didn't feel quite comfortable at times. Okay, and it did make them wonder, maybe even at points, are they good enough for you? Okay, they could have been thinking that. Because they do have you up on a pedestal. Again, they do admire you. They love to watch you. They could just stare at you for hours. Okay, what were their thoughts the last time they saw you? Okay, we've got Leo energy, strength. The Tower, wow. Aries, and then the World. 3 major arcanas here. A lot of karmic activity happening as well with the nodes of fate. So this could be as well that certain things unfolded that they didn't have any control over during this last meeting. Okay, it may have felt like you took the lead or control, or maybe some other circumstance happened that caused something to shake up between the two of you. Okay, but I mean, I definitely see a lot of passion here, a lot of intensity. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you did get intimate in this last meeting with each other. I mean, they just felt, I mean, it's crazy intense. We've got so much fire here. They felt incredibly attracted to you. As I said, they love to look at you, watch you, like admire you from all angles. Okay, now again, they felt like they needed to be stronger. They needed to have courage and strength to come towards you, because again, I feel like they see you as being somebody that's confident, and they know that they're going to need to show that confidence in order to align with you. And something about them feeling like they shine with you, like your positive energy makes them feel good. Okay, especially if they are someone that struggles with depression or low moods at times. It's like you bring the sun, you bring the joy, you bring everything that makes them feel good. Okay, and they were definitely thinking about that they were feeling good, that they were having fun with you, it was exciting, it was passionate. Like they couldn't get enough. They could not get enough of you. And again, here we've got the world, which is about a cycle, which we've got here with the new moon as well. So they were thinking that this was a new cycle. This was a new start for the two of you. You could finally come together, get things on track, move forwards. Now, for some of you, this could be volatility, anger. Okay, I'm not really seeing that throughout the rest of the reading, but for some of you, it may be the case. It may be that there were some crosswords exchanged at points, because that could be what that Three of Swords was about. You may not even realize. You might have just said something that was quite cutting to them, which they may not have expressed to you. I don't know, but either way, it's intensity of feelings. This definitely wasn't just some chill meeting, not for them anyway. So let's get some fishbowl messages as well to see what were their thoughts the last time they saw you, group 2. What were their thoughts the last time they saw you? What were their thoughts the last time they saw you? Okay. So we have, don't wait. Okay, so they may not have wanted to wait, or maybe you didn't wait. Like, for example, you might have just walked in and just kissed them straight away, or they may have wanted to do that straight away with you. Lost soul. Yeah, I feel like this is your person at times. They feel like a lost soul. They feel like a lost puppy almost. And maybe even they feel a bit lost when they're around you. Like they don't, like they're, like I said, following you around like a puppy. So you may have noticed them just kind of sticking by you, or like, where are you going? What are you doing now? We've got exciting times ahead. So that makes a lot of sense, because we did have a lot of excitement, but it's times ahead as well. So your person was thinking that, okay, this was really amazing. I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to see you again. They want more of it. As I said, they can't get enough. Okay, we've got feet. So they may have a foot fetish for some of you. You may have spoken about feet. Maybe you have a foot fetish. I don't know. Feet could have been some sort of a topic, okay? Or maybe you were like touching feet or something, like, or touching feet under the table, like playing footsie. We've got conquer your fears, which makes a lot of sense too, doesn't it, with what else has come through? Because again, so much fear has been driving your person, but they knew in this meeting with you that they had to push ahead. They had to conquer those fears if they wanted to get closer to you. So they do feel like they did conquer some fears. They do, and they did, okay? Avoid this energy. Okay, so I'm not sure what that was about. They may have tried to avoid a particular topic. Maybe you were trying to avoid a particular topic. We've got the fourth house, we've got home, the fourth house of home, and then we've got graceful. So you could have seen each other at one of your houses. That could have been the last time you met. It also connects to the sea, to children, to female energy as a whole. So yeah, it could have been either topics that you were speaking about or the location of where you were. Graceful, provide. So yeah, I feel like this was them thinking that you looked graceful, which makes a lot of sense with them, again, just admiring you. And they think that, again, you move with grace, you speak with grace, you just have this very cool, calm and collected energy about you. But then again, they see this heated side of you as well. And I feel like this is what really intrigues them, because they see so many different sides. Like most of the time they see this calm, graceful, peaceful side to you. And then suddenly you shock them with something that's exciting, something that's extravagant, something that is intense. Okay. And it's like, almost get addicted to it. That's what I'm sensing here. Your person may have a bit of an addictive personality, or it may just be your energy. It feels very addictive for them, because, you know, they get a lot of dopamine hits when they're around you. Okay, so we've got provide. We've got soulmate. Wow, okay. Interesting. We've got, oh my God, that's funny. Battle and then dance. And I just thought dance battle. They've never come out like that before, but I think that's quite funny. So maybe there was some kind of a dance battle. Just honestly, it sounds so cringe with me even saying it out loud. I just can't. But I don't know. Maybe you watched something But maybe you did have some sort of a little, like, I don't know, one of you was like for example, you could be the dancer and be doing something and then they tried to copy it, okay, for example, and then it didn't go to plan. Could be. But yeah, I mean, it could be, like I said, they were thinking about dancing, or they were thinking about you dancing for them or dancing with them. Battle. I feel like this is, yeah, connected to this avoid, this energy that they did feel. Maybe they wanted to avoid a fight with you. Okay, so maybe that's what they were trying to avoid, was some kind of rift happening. So yeah, that may be why they did that. But yeah, the fact that we got soulmate here, I mean, provide as well makes me think maybe they were thinking they wanted to provide you with something. Again, like a service, they want to be of service to you, or they want to buy something for you, or they want to be able to do something for you, to heal you even in some way. Maybe in a graceful manner, maybe even like giving you a massage or something very nurturing. But yeah, soulmate, I mean, we love this. We love this, do we not? Okay, they were thinking that you could be my soulmate group too. Okay, they may not have used that exact phrase. They may have said soul connection, or maybe they said the one, or the one I'm going to marry. But either way, they were thinking seriously, like, wow, this could be my person. They definitely were having those thoughts the last time they saw you, group two. So wow, I love this reading for you. If it resonates, please comment below, leave a like, and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, or a remote Reiki session, or a natal chart reading, the link to my website is below. I do hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now. Hi, group three. So let's take a look at what your person was thinking the last time they saw you. So get them nice and clear in your mind's eye. Take a deep breath in and out. Feel nice and relaxed. Okay. What were their thoughts the last time they saw you? What were their thoughts the last time they saw you? Okay, so we've got healing begins. Feeling alone. Ooh. And then move. Okay. So the last time they saw you, group three, I feel like they were feeling rejected by you in some way. Maybe you did reject them. The thing is, you may not have rejected them, but they may have just taken it that way. They may have taken things quite personally. But I see them feeling lost. And I see them also going back to the past, okay, when they were with you, like they were thinking about the way things used to be between the two of you. Or they may be thinking about how they screwed up, or how you screwed up, or something that they may not have been able to shift or let go of in that moment, okay? It's like they weren't able to be fully present with you in that moment. But there is a lot of movement here. So this might have been just you seeing each other in passing. So maybe that's what this is about. Like you were walking in one direction, they were going in the other, and then you felt sad because you were hoping that the next time you would see them, that you would actually speak. Okay, so that could be the feeling alone energy and what that represents. Okay, again for them, but also for you. I feel like that could be a bit of a mirroring going on. Okay, or it kind of feels like you were just out of reach to them. Like you were so close yet so far. So even if you were actually together, spending time together, there's something here where they felt they didn't quite get either what they wanted, or again, they felt like they were inches away from you or from connecting with you on a deeper level. They may have been going through some financial hardship recently or health issues. Okay, so this could have been causing them to not feel the best about themselves right now. But I do feel like they had feelings for you, because I'm so drawn in by this heart here and both of your hands connected. But see how the hands aren't actually touching? They're so close, but again, yet so far. So I need to get more information. I definitely need more information. What were their thoughts the last time they saw you, group three? What were their thoughts to the sea? We've got 7-7 here. Could be a number you were seeing in synchronicity. Maybe you saw them on the 7th or at 7 a.m. or p.m. Okay, and then yang. What were their thoughts the last time they saw you? Building blocks. Yeah, for a lot of you, I really feel like this is a work connection, or that you saw each other at work, or that you were heading to work, for example. They were heading to work. Or it could even be the gym, for example, something where there was physical activity, trying to build something, work on something. But their thoughts about you, I mean, they definitely felt passionate. Okay, with the yang, they wanted to take some kind of action. So if they did take action, yeah, that was thought out on their parts. Okay, I don't feel like it was completely impulsive. They may have gone back and forth in their mind. Should I, shouldn't I? But I do feel like if they did go for it, like, well, obviously they did. They went for it. But for those of you where they didn't actually make a move, they were thinking about making a move. Okay, they didn't want to be passive, but they may have ended up being passive. Because again, obviously, someone's thoughts aren't necessarily going to show exactly what their actions were. Okay, you know what their actions were. So we don't need to look at that. But in terms of what they were thinking, they definitely wanted a spark. They wanted to initiate something. They wanted to move things forwards. But yeah, I feel like they also wanted to, really work on things here with building blocks. Like they wanted to work on, if there were issues between you, they did want to rectify them. They did want to be able to move on or move forwards. But they may have thought that you weren't ready to talk to them or to go into detail. And I do feel like they were in very much a flow state. So they may not have either been expecting to see you, or maybe it was quite a spontaneous meeting, for example. Okay, something where they felt like, okay, I just need to flow with this, don't overthink it. But let's get some more information. What were they thinking the last time they saw you? A time for healing, balsamic moon. And then you're very close to achieving your goal. So yeah, they did want healing. They did want to heal this connection. They did want to get closer to you. But yeah, again, you were just out of reach in some way. You're very close to achieving your goal. So again, either you just missed each other, or you were talking and they had something on the tip of their tongue that they wanted to express, but they didn't, okay? Something, again, maybe the opportunity didn't arise, okay? Or maybe you didn't get the opportunity to actually be alone or one-on-one with each other. Like there may have been other people around or something. But they were thinking, I want to heal this. I want to reconnect with my group with my group 3. And I'm so close. I was so close. But again, something about being far as well. Just seeing, let's get this deck now. What were their thoughts the last time they saw you? I'm also seeing, it seems very dark as well in a lot of these cards. So I don't know if it was at night time that they last saw you. Or maybe they were feeling in the dark. They were feeling left in the dark by you. Or they had to leave you in the dark, for example. Indecision. Contract. Again, could be a work significator here. I feel like they had made up their mind about something though when they saw you. Like they were sure on something. Like they're definitely serious about you. I feel like they could see you as relationship material, as something serious, as like their long-term partner. Okay? But I feel like they were perhaps very indecisive before. And they may also feel like you have been very indecisive with them. Even if you're not, or don't feel like you've shown that to them, they may have just assumed that, or they're just, suspecting that that's the case. But yeah, it feels like that when they saw you, they were thinking, right, this is it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to say it. This is going to happen. Something about being very decisive. But it just doesn't feel like it came off. Like it just doesn't feel like it actually happened. Like what they wanted, what they had planned just didn't materialize. What were their thoughts the last time they saw you, group 3? What were their thoughts the last time they saw you? Okay, so we've got Knight of Voices, 8 of Materials, I had a feeling she might come up. I don't know why, but I just had a vision of her face come through to me before it came out. Okay. So they were definitely thinking they wanted to talk to you. So if you didn't actually speak on this occasion and you just saw each other, they were thinking, oh, I wish I'd spoken to her or him. I wish I'd spoken to them. They kept thinking that. Like, why didn't I speak? Why didn't I speak up? Like it's almost like they'd have told themselves, next time I see group 3, I'm going to speak to them. And then when they saw you, oh my God, this has been such a theme throughout this reading, but chicken out. People keep bottling it at the moment for some reason. I don't know why. But there's usually one synchronized theme that comes through these readings, and that definitely seems to be a bit of a theme, letting fear drive them. But, or like I said, even if you were speaking or you were close that day, there's something about them feeling they didn't get to say everything. They didn't get to voice their opinion or be upfront. They wanted to say something. But this is them not putting in the actual action or effort, okay? They held back. They did. There may be some intimidation here. Like you're coming out as this queen of emotions or king of emotions, like somebody that is beautiful, somebody that is or handsome. I feel like they're really drawn in by your face for some reason. Even if you may have an amazing body, but your face really stands out to your person. Like they really just love looking at your face. If they love looking at photos of you or just like staring at your facial features, like they're like magnetized or even hypnotized. I just heard hypnotized by your looks. Okay. And it's like they also sense this inner nurturing within you. Like you have all of this love to give. You have so much to offer, but also that you're discerning with it, that you're not just going to give it out easily to anybody, that it has to be earned. And they know this. They know this, but they may be wondering, can I do enough? Have I done enough to win my group 3 over? They are thinking this, or they were thinking this. Because they're coming out as the knight, you're coming out as the queen. And again, it doesn't matter about genders, but it's like they feel like they're kind of one step behind you in some way. So this could be professionally, like you could be a step ahead of them professionally. This could be in other scenarios, okay? They feel like you're doing better at life, or maybe you're better at handling your emotions than them, or, being more controlled. There's something they feel like you have that they don't quite have yet, but they're already working towards. So they also do see you as very inspiring in some way to them, as well as somebody that's very beautiful and attractive. Okay, so let's just get some fishbowl messages now. What were their thoughts the last time they saw you? What were their thoughts the last time they saw you? Group number 3. What were their thoughts the last time they saw you? Okay, so we've got conquer your fears, which makes sense. Oh, I can't pick it up, which does make sense because, yeah, again, a lot about the bottling it, being too afraid. They did know that they needed to conquer a fear, but I don't feel like they managed to. They were close, but not quite. Now, it's interesting because I just saw, I'm sure, yeah, look, we've got 2 children cards here, childcare children. So maybe you were both with kids, if you've both got kids with different people. Or maybe you have children together and that was something that you were talking about. Or, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a very strong message to have both of those cards come out. I don't think there's any more cards in the whole fishbowl that connect to children. So, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some connection to children or maybe even childhood. Maybe you've known this person for a long time. Maybe you've known them since childhood. That could be why. But let's just see. What else do we have here? One sec. Right. We've got resting bitch face. So they may have thought that you had a resting bitch face that day. Okay, that you weren't giving much away. Disrupt. Style. Oh my God, single parent. So I can't believe that. I mean, yeah, I didn't think that there was any more children related cards in there, but I guess there were. Single parents. So yeah, again, maybe they saw you with a child, or they were with a child that day, or they were thinking about the fact that you have a child or that they have a child. So if neither of you have kids, I really don't know what that would be about. I really don't. Comment below if that is making sense to you, because it's very weirdly specific, that bit. I only want you. Don't we love that? I only want you. So they were thinking that. in their minds, they were thinking, I just want you. I want you and only you, which makes sense with that decision card, being reversed, the indecision. They have made up their minds. They only want you. Okay, so we've got build it and they will come. Philosophical, stay present, take a risk, and progression to self. Okay, so again, they really do feel like they can grow with you. Like they want to build something. Like this person is serious, like seriously serious about you. Like if you were wondering if they have interest, like it's not just interest they have, like they want longevity with you. They want to build a home with you, build a family with you. Like even, combine your families, blending families together. Okay, they know that they've got to work at it though. They know this. They know that they've got to work if they want to make it work with you. They know that they've got to put in more time and more effort. But they know that you can help them progress more to who they're meant to be. You help to push them. Again, because they see you as just that little bit ahead, it's forcing them to make bigger strides, to improve themselves, to improve their life. So this could be in many different ways. Say that you're somebody that's really into fitness and they're maybe mildly into fitness, but they see, how well you do with your fitness. And then that kind of encourages them to want to do better, to impress you, or to at least be on the same level as you. Okay. Well, like I said, professionally, that could also be the case in many other ways, right? But it's quite nice to have the stay present card because, it doesn't feel like they were overthinking the future. They were thinking about the past, as I said, but I do feel a lot of the time they were just focused on the now. They weren't worried too much about the future and what you were going to say, even though they may have chickened out. They may not have, though. For this group, they may have actually conquered their fear and actually expressed something. If you feel like they made some kind of bold move or gesture that day, then they actually went ahead and did it. Okay, for some of you, they may have, like I said, bottled it. They may have not gone ahead with it, but they were thinking about it. Okay, they were trying to stay present. And we've got take a risk here as well. So they felt like they needed to take a risk when it comes to your connection or when it came to your meeting. So again, for some of you, they did take a risk. For others of you, it didn't come off that time. Okay, but they may have felt too disrupted to do anything at that moment. It may have been a shock. Maybe they weren't expecting to see you when they saw you, or maybe it was earlier, or something about it was a bit, it threw them in a way, I see. Like something about it they just weren't expecting. So they had things kind of roughly planned out and then it didn't happen and they're like, oh, I don't know what to do now. I also feel like on a superficial level, they really liked how you were dressed that day, even though I know that they're so into your face and, your overall appearance, but something about your style, the way that you styled your hair or your makeup or, the clothes you were wearing, the colors you were wearing really complemented your complexion. Okay, and I feel like they really were drawn in by what you were wearing. So maybe it was something that was a bit unique, a bit unconventional, or something that stood out to them that they really appreciated about you. And we've also got philosophical. So they may have actually got quite philosophical with you. Maybe you spoke about things like that, quite broad, deep topics. Okay, they may have been thinking that they wanted to talk to you about some of these things. Maybe that's what they wanted to talk about, but they bottled it, potentially. But I just love that I only want you. I just feel like that's such a special message that's what they were thinking. Like, I want you and only you, whatever that takes. They are willing to do things to make it happen. They are willing to build it. It may take them a bit longer to actually get there. Okay. It depends how much patience you have with them, group 3. But if this does resonate with you, please comment a red emoji. Okay. Or just anything you like, or just giving the video a like also lets me know that it makes sense and that you support my channel. So thank you in advance. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, a remote Reiki session, or a natal chart reading, the link to my website is below. And you'll also find a link to my TikTok, so feel free to follow me over there too. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now.